Hi everyone, welcome to the Rugby League History channel. Tonight I'll be bringing you my round 16 tips for the 2021 NRL Telstra Premiership. There's some interesting games this round, so let's start off with the first match, which is starting on the Thursday night there. Sydney Roosters up against Melbourne. This one is actually being played in neutral territory due to the COVID situation in Australia. The game has been moved to McDonald Jones Stadium, aka Marathon Stadium there in Newcastle. In years gone by, this fixture has been a fixture where the games have been very tight, sometimes decided by a field goal, sometimes decided by a try or a moment of brilliance. Eastern Suburbs have pretty much half their team out. They've had a lot of retirees this year. They've had some other injury capers. For Melbourne, they've won 12 in a row. And they're going to have a couple of players returning from State of Origin duty, the same as East. If East had a full strength side, so if they had no injuries and everyone was on deck, I might have changed my tip. But for the way that Melbourne's playing at the moment and with all the injuries that East have out, I'm going to go for Melbourne to win 1-12. I don't think it's going to be a blowout, but I just think that Melbourne's the more informed team at the moment, and they've got a lessened injury toll, so I'm going to go for Melbourne to win on the Thursday. The first match on the Friday sees New Zealand up against St George. This one's being played at Central Coast Stadium, but from what I've been told, in front of no fans due to the Vinda flu, the COVID situation. So with New Zealand, they're a bit of a bogey side for St George. I was going back over the stats. New Zealand have beat St George the last 5 times that they've played against each other. However, St George have won the last 3 matches going into this game. St George sit 7th on the table at the moment. They're looking to solidify themselves in the top 8 there and push themselves further away from the teams just outside the top 8. New Zealand have been inconsistent and disappointing as usual. For this match, I will go for St George. I will go for them to win 1-12. I'm confident that they can win. I think that they've returned to a bit of form, and I think St George will win on the Friday there at the Central Coast in front of no fans, but maybe a few mannequins. The main game on the Friday is Penrith up against Parramatta. This one's being played out at Penrith Park there. And from what I've been told and from what I've seen on Facebook, all the Parramatta fans that bought tickets to this game, even Parramatta members, have had their tickets refunded and they've been told not to attend this game. I've read that 12,000 fans are allowed to attend this game, but I think they're all going to be Penrith fans or Penrith members. No Parramatta fans or members are allowed to attend. That's what I've been told. Penrith have been playing better. They had that slight hiccup where they had 2 losses in a row, but they've returned to winning ways. There is a rumour that Nathan Cleary won't be playing for this match, but I'm gonna talk about this game as if Nathan Cleary was playing. Parramatta's been playing well. Both sides have been playing well. It's a top 4 clash. For this match though, I will go for Penrith to win 1-12. I think that's overall how this year has gone and how Penrith have been playing. I think they've been playing slightly better than Parramatta. I don't think that this will be a blowout score either way. I think it'll be a very close game. But I will go for Penrith to win on the Friday night. Even if Nathan Cleary is not there, I'm still going to tip Penrith to win on the Friday night 1-12. The first match on the Saturday sees Canterbury Bankstown up against Manly Warringah. And this one is being played at the Western Sydney Stadium, neutral territory for both these sides. And apparently this is another game where no fans are allowed to attend due to the Vinda flu. So for Canterbury, they sit bottom of the table, but they're just slightly higher than Brisbane on for and against. For Manly, they've been playing very well ever since Tom Trbojevic has come back into the fold. They're well entrenched in the top 8 there. I'm not going to talk too much about this game. I know Manly's got 1 or 2 players returned from State of Origin, but I think they're just going to have a bit too much for Canterbury all over the park. I'm going to go for Manly to win 13+ over Canterbury on the Saturday. The second game on Super Saturday sees Canberra up against the Gold Coast, and this one's being played at Bruce Stadium there in Canberra. Canberra once again returned to the feeders tag. Last time out, they were in front against St George, and then they couldn't hold on the lead. St George ended up coming back and winning that game. For the Gold Coast, last time out they were flogged by Manly. Effectively, their season's over in terms of winning the Premiership, as we all know that 50-point stat. The problem with the Gold Coast this year, it's not their attack, it's their defence. They can't defend. In some games, they've been conceding 20 plus, 30 plus points. For Canberra, it's been a year where they were tipped to meet the top four, and that looks a world away at the moment. For this match, though, I will go for Canberra because they are the home side, and due to the fact that the Gold Coast have a lot of problems in defence, and I think that's something that Canberra can exploit. I know that Canberra cannot hold on to a lead, but if they can score enough points in the game, I'm pretty sure that they can get the job done over the Gold Coast. So I'll go for I'll go for Canberra to win 1-12 in this match. The final match to close out Super Saturday sees Newcastle up against North Queensland. This one's being played at Marathon Stadium, also known as McDonald Jones Stadium. Newcastle were last time winners. North Queensland have lost 2 games in a row. This game is a bit of a toss of the coin match. It's a game where both sides have been a bit up and down, a bit inconsistent. Newcastle have welcomed some players back into the fold though, like Mitchell Pearce. For this match, I will go for Newcastle to win, although I'm not that confident in tipping Newcastle. But I'm going to go for the home side here. I'm going to go for Newcastle to win by 4 to 6 points. I think it'll be a very tight match, and I'm predicting Newcastle to just nick it by a try on the Saturday there. The first game on the Sunday sees Brisbane up against Cronulla Sutherland, and this is being played at the Suncorp Stadium there. Brisbane are a bit of a bogey side for Cronulla Sutherland. Over the last 7 encounters that Brisbane have played against Cronulla, they've won 6 of them. However, Cronulla's won the last 4 games in the competition, and they sit inside the top 8 there. They'll be looking to push themselves further away from some of the teams that are chasing, like North Queensland. Cronulla, they haven't been pretty in their wins, but they are getting the job done. They are finding a way to win, which would be encouraging if you're a Cronulla supporter. For Brisbane, their year has been some games that they're right in it, and there's other games that they're not, and they capitulate and they get beaten by 30 to 40 points. Cronulla's not really a team that's noted for scoring a lot of points. A lot of their games this year have been quite close. They did rack up a bit of a score against the Gold Coast. I will go for Cronulla to win this game 1-12, but Brisbane will be up for this match because they know if they can beat Cronulla, they got the bye next week. It's a potential 4-pointer, and it can move them further away from that wooden spoon. But I will go for Cronulla to win 1-12 on the Sunday. And the final game to close out the round sees West Tigers up against South Sydney, and this one is being played at Leichhardt Oval, apparently in front of no fans, which is a shame, because if there was fans allowed, I reckon that this could have potentially been a sellout, because both sides have big supporter bases and everyone loves going to Leichhardt Oval. Last game that West played, it was humiliating. What else could you say? 66 points to 16, I believe it was, and 66-18. South Sydney, well entrenched in that top 4 position. I think it'll be a case of them jostling with Parramatta for most of the year, trying to find out who's going to come 3rd and 4th, because at the moment it looks like if South Sydney win a game, they go into 3rd. If Parramatta win a game, they overtake South Sydney on for and against, and South go back to 4th. South have won the last 3 games going into this clash. West Tigers, not so far away from the wooden spoon that they couldn't get it, but I think they'd be nervously looking over their shoulder. I believe they're only 4 points away from that wooden spoon zone, so they'll be trying to get away from that as quickly and as fast as they possibly can. But for this game, I will go for South to win. I will go for South to win 13 plus. I think South's are going to be too good. Even with, they've got a lot of players backing up after the State of Origin, but I think that South will be raring to go for this match. I think for those State of Origin players, it's going to be a 7-day turnaround. So, yeah, I'll go for South to win 13 plus. I don't see West Tigers winning this game, and especially with no fans there, that doesn't help. But anyway, that's my tips for round 16 of the 2021 NRL Telstra Premiership. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know your tips in the section below, and let me know your thoughts on the video. Anyways, everyone, I'm going to get out of here. This is Rugby League History signing off, and I'll catch us all later. Alright, tatty bye now.